Welcome to Computer Lab, boys and girls. Today, we're going to learn how to build a scarecrow in Google Slides using shapes. But the very first thing I need to do is we need to learn what some things are. So, first off, this up here, this whole thing right here, this is called our toolbar. This is where we are going to go when we need to use something or add something or change something. This is where we're going to get it from. We love the toolbar. There's lots of things, but the toolbar, as we go along, it's going to change and look a little different from time to time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to erase my red line. This was just to show you guys that that's where the toolbar is. Okay, so when we're building a scarecrow, what is the shape of the head? I think the shape of the head should be a circle. So I'm going to come up here, right here. I have a circle and a square on my toolbar. If I click on that, I'm going to get a drop-down box, and it's got all sorts of different stuff on there. And I'm going to go over here to where it says shapes. And I'm going to find my circle. There's my circle. So I want to do a circle for my scarecrow's head. So I'm going to click on my circle. And then I'm going to come over here in this big white box that I have. And I'm going to click again. And it's going to make a circle appear. My circle's blue. I don't think my scarecrow should be blue. So I want to show you something, and this you have to pay super close attention to. Okay, I have a blue box around my blue circle. The blue box is what I need to have there. But if I accidentally click over here, my blue box is gone. So if I want to change the color of my circle, I have to have that blue box. That blue box is so important. So I'm going to take my mouse back over here to where my circle is, and I'm going to click again. And look, my blue box appeared. Now, if you look up here on your toolbar, right here, I didn't draw my arrow right, but that's okay. Right there, it's a paint bucket. Now, we're going to use that paint bucket to change the color of our circle. But first, I want to show you something. I have a blue box. I have a paint bucket. If I accidentally click off of my circle, my blue box goes away. What else went away? My paint bucket. So I need to get that paint bucket back so that I can change the color of my circle. So what should I do? I think I should click on my circle. Look, oop, there it goes, it came back. And look, my paint bucket came back. So if I click on my paint bucket, look, it gives me a drop-down menu again. And I want to change the color of my circle. So I'm going to kind of make my scarecrow look a little yellowish because I think that would be fun. There we go. There's my scarecrow's head. Okay, I don't want my circle where it's at. So I'm going to pick up my circle and I'm going to move my circle around to where it is. I don't like the shape of my circle. So using my mouse, I'm going to click on one of these squares. And did you see my mouse change shapes? Look, it's an arrow. And then if I come up to one of these squares, it's two arrows. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it up a little bit to kind of make my head look like an oval. So, and then let's say I don't want my circle there anymore. So I'm going to click, I'm going to drag it back down here. Now, I got to do the body. Oh my goodness. This could be a little tricky. But I think my body should be a rectangle. So we're going to come back up here, right here. This is our shape finder. That's where we need to go to find our shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and leave my little red arrow up there this time. And I'm going to click on my circle and my square. And look, my shapes drop down box came back. And here is my other drop down box. So you can, boys and girls, you can use any of these shapes. You can use any of these shapes or these ones and even these ones. Use whichever shapes you want to make your scarecrow look like a scarecrow. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and you know what? I think I'm going to use a trapezoid. Okay, so I'm going to click on my trapezoid and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click in my big white box. And there's my trapezoid. Is my trapezoid near my head? No, it's not. So let's click and drag it so that it's there. And I don't like this shape, so I'm going to rearrange my shape by using my little squares to make it look different. And remember, you click and drag, and there. Now my scarecrow has a skinny body. But again, I want to move my body because I don't think my body belongs where my ears go. So I'm going to click on him. I'm going to drag it over here so it lines up right where I want it. Now, I don't like the color of my body. So, and this time I'm going to leave this arrow up. This is where we go for our paint bucket, right? Okay, there's our paint bucket. There's our shapes. So, I go back to my arrow here. I'm going to see what happens if I click here. My paint bucket's gone. What do I need to do to get my paint bucket back? I need to click on my shape. I clicked on my shape. Now I'm going to change my paint bucket. And I want my scarecrow's body to be blue. There we go. Now I have my scarecrow's body. I'm going to, really quick, before you guys get to do your part of the assignment, I'm going to make a face. So I just want you to watch me make my face. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to my shapes. I'm going to go ahead and grab a circle and we'll put the circle there. But it's super big. I need to make it smaller. Eyeballs should not be that big. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to click this corner one. I'm going to drag it up and make my circle tiny. And then I'm going to click and I'm going to put it right here. Okay. And then we're going to change the color. I think my scarecrow should have purple eyes. Because you know what? It's my scarecrow and I can be as silly as I want. So I'm going to come up here and we're going to click on the shapes again. And then we're going to go to shapes. And then we're going to go, oops. We're going to go to shapes. And then we're going to get another circle. And I'm going to click on the circle. Okay. Look, it made my circle purple. So my eyes match. So I'm going to click right here. And I'm going to make it smaller again. There's my eyeball. And we're going to put it on its face. Oh boy, but I think my eyeballs are two different sizes. See? Oh, so I should probably change that and make this one a wee bit smaller. There we go. And my eyeballs still look funny. But you know what? That's okay because it's my scarecrow. And if I want my eyeballs on my scarecrow to look silly, they can. Now, I want to do a smiley face. Smiley faces, you would think they might be a little tricky. But really, they're not. So I'm going to come up here to my shapes. And then I'm going to go to shapes. And then, oops, shapes, stay there. I'm going to grab this. It's, oh no, I don't want this one. I'm going to grab this moon right here. I'm going to grab my moon and I'm going to click. And then I'm going to just put my moon in my box right here. See, my moon's sideways. We don't want our moon to be sideways. That'd be a kind of funny sideways smile. I don't know, it might go good with my weird looking eyes there. So we're going to, do you see this little tiny dot right here? This dot right here. It's kind of small. It might be easy to miss. But I'm going to show you after I erase my red here. Let's erase it. Ooh, it's gone. Okay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to click on this little tiny dot right here. And I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it the direction I want it to go that I think my smiley face should be. And there we go. Now it's still super big. I don't want my smiley face super big. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to drag it to make it smaller. Look at that. And then I can click on it with the 4 arrows and I can put it under the eyeballs like that. He still looks silly. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller and move him into place a little bit more. Oops. There we go. Just like that. And he still looks funny. But look, my paint bucket's gone. Man, I wanted to change my smile color and I forgot. So what do? I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on my mouth. There it is. And my paint bucket came back. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a color to it. There we go. Now for you boys and girls, I'm not going to keep going, but I want you to finish your scarecrow. You need arms and legs and mouths and eyeballs and maybe some hair, some hands if you can figure it out. I want you to have fun with this and really enjoy it and play with all those different shapes and colors that are on there and have a great day.